こんにちは。私の名前はNaniceです。今日は、牡牛座の月食についてお話をしたいと思ってます。Wasn't that disruptive? Well, that's what this lunar eclipse in Taurus is going to be about. It's happening on Tuesday, November the 8th at 1:02 p.m. Cairo, Egypt time. And it's going to be a Uranian lunar eclipse. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, please like, please comment, please share. All these actions help to support my channel to grow. So thank you so much for helping me out. So this lunar eclipse, a lunar eclipse is always a time of endings. It's a time of harvest. It's a closing of a significant chapter. Eclipses throw wild cards into your life, and it's a time of speeded up events occurring, events that feel just I get the question, what does fated mean? Well, fated means that it feels destined. It feels like these are events out of our hands. It's not like the little tiny, should I take the bus or should I take the car, or should I get the soda or should I get the juice, or whatever. It's not about that. It's like bam, you got a vending machine installed in your house. That's like a really Uranian thing. Or it's like you got a new car, or your car got taken away, or it's like these big events, big beginnings and big endings. So this lunar eclipse is happening in the sign of Taurus, and the moon loves to be in Taurus. It's comfortable there. The moon feels stable and solid and secure in the sign of Taurus. However, during this time of this lunar eclipse, it's together with Uranus, which, as I illustrated earlier or demonstrated earlier, is weird. It's disruptive. It's revolutionary. It's progressive. It's futuristic. It's unusual. And it's electric and out of the box. So this ending of a chapter will have all these qualities listed. Oh, as well as liberating. That's another Uranian word. So it's independence, like seeking independence. So this lunar eclipse is going to have all these qualities attached to it. Now, there could be some sort of things to do with communications involved, communications, trade, transportation, all these things. This lunar eclipse is going to affect these topics as well, because right after this lunar eclipse, Mercury is going to be very, very dominant. So that's all I have for the collective portion of this reading. Now I'm going to go through each individual zodiac sign. I highly urge you to find out what your rising sign is. If you don't know what your rising sign is, I put a free online calculator in the description box below. Alternatively, you can contact me and I will be happy to help you out for free to find out what your rising sign is. So for Aries, this lunar eclipse is happening in your second house of personal possessions, personal income, money, movable possessions, and your personal resources in general, as well as your sense of self-worth. So there's going to be an illumination and a highlighting and a closing of a chapter having to do with those topics. For Taurus, this lunar eclipse is happening in a very personal part of the sky for you. It's happening in your first house, which is a part of the sky that represents your body, your life direction, your vitality, your health, your personality, your character, and your psychology. So there's a closing of a chapter having to do with those themes, and perhaps you are seeking an unusual kind of expression of yourself, or an unusual expression of yourself from here onwards, or it could be a kind of sudden, disruptive ending having to do with those topics that I just listed. For Gemini, this lunar eclipse is happening in your 12th house of hidden enemies, secrets, self-sabotage, addictions, hospitals, monasteries, retreats, prison and isolation and ego loss. A little bit of a tricky part of the sky for you Geminis out there. So hang in there. This energy should be slowly dying down right after this eclipse happens. But it is a time to perhaps partake in spiritual activities rather than worldly things and concentrate more on your spirit. For Cancer, this lunar eclipse is going to cover the topics of friendship, social groups, allies, wishes, hopes, and dreams for the future, as well as benefactors and people that support what you want, what you are trying to achieve, what you're trying to go for in your life. So there's going to be a highlighting, an illumination, and an ending having to do with those topics. For Leo, this lunar eclipse is going to cover the topics of the 10th house, which is your career, your reputation, honors, privileges, and advancements in society, and how you are seen in the public eye. So if you don't have a career, maybe it's you're a stay-at-home parent or a caregiver. So it's a harvesting or an ending, closing of a chapter having to do with your public life. For Virgo, this lunar eclipse is going to cover the ninth house topics of God, spirituality, religion, higher education, law, politics, spirituality, mysticism, astrology, and as well as foreign travels, like long distance trips, foreign things, foreign people, foreign places. So it's going to be a closing of a chapter or an ending having to do with those topics. For Libra, this lunar eclipse is going to cover the topics of the 8th house, which include things such as your partner's income, joint assets, inheritances, debts and loans, karmic debts. So you owing something to someone, or someone owing something to you, or people's opinions of you. So it's also the house of death and transformation. So there's going to be a conclusion, a closing of a chapter or harvest having to do with those 8th house topics I just listed. For Scorpio, this lunar eclipse is going to highlight the 7th house topics of one-on-one relationships, which includes romantic as well as business partnerships. It's any one-on-one relationship. It can be a friendship, usually a close friendship, like a one-on-one thing, or it could be your spouse or your partner, business or romantic or marriage. So it's going to cover those topics, and it's going to be an ending that feels fated, that feels like destined, like a big, you're going to feel this strongly, more so than others, because it's happening in a very powerful part of the sky for you. It's an ending having to do with some sort of one-on-one partnership. For Sagittarius, this lunar eclipse is happening in your 6th house of selfless service, hard work, toil, labor, sickness, employees, and small pets, workers and employees. So there's going to be a closing of a door, an ending having to do with those topics that I just listed. For Capricorn, this lunar eclipse is going to cover the topics of the 5th house, which is about creativity, children, pregnancy, the arts, recreations, hobbies, as well as the arts, and anything that you find pleasing or pleasurable, or any kind of creative thing that you're taking part in. So there's going to be an ending having to do with those topics. For Aquarius, this lunar eclipse is happening in the very foundation of the chart for you. It's happening in the 4th house of your family, your property, your ancestry, your home, your like land. It's going to be an ending that could feel disruptive, having to do with the very foundations of your life upon which you stand. So you're going to feel it a lot stronger than other signs, since it's happening in a powerful part of the sky for you, the 4th house. So it's going to highlight those topics. For Pisces, this lunar eclipse is happening in your 3rd house of siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, extended family, neighbors, neighborhoods, short distance trips, the everyday commute, reading, writing, teaching, journaling, the life of the mind. So there's going to be a conclusion, a closing of a door having to do with those topics. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you found this reading helpful. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please email me. I'm sorry, I do not provide readings in Arabic. It's a little bit too difficult for me, but I'd be happy to do readings in English or Japanese. And if you find these readings helpful and you like them, please support my channel by donating to me via PayPal. And I'll be speaking to you guys soon, later on in the month, for the new moon in Sagittarius. So looking forward to seeing you then. Have a lovely lunar eclipse, and I'll be speaking to you soon. Bye.